by Joash Unsari but Sheila Chelangat. Now, a major chapter in the history of the Vatican and the 1.3 billion Catholic faithfuls worldwide came to an end on Monday morning as Pope Francis passed away. Catholic faithful in the country say that his message was very prophetic as he encouraged the youth to overcome challenges while he gathered with them at Kasarani in 2015 during his visit to Kenya. Mike Agwongo reports on what Pope Francis will be remembered for.
The more than 1.3 billion Catholic faithful worldwide are mourning the death of a Holy Father who will be remembered for his central message of mercy towards all, common humanity and the closeness of God to those who suffer.
For the poor, he always talked about sharing of the available resources. And I remember one time he said that the amount of food that is wasted per day in the world can feed so many poor people.
For those who interacted with Pope Francis, including Father Charles Kenywa of Catholic Archdiocese of Nyeri, the late believe that the suffering in the world continues to grow because of injustice, greed, selfishness and pride.
And he said that there is a lot of wastage in government, in church, even in families. Then he talked about the marginalized, and especially the seafarers and the people who are living on the society's periphery, that each one of them, they've got the dignity of a human person and they should be treated as human beings with the dignity.
The Pontiff's legacy will be keenly felt in Africa. According to Philip Anyolo, the Archbishop of Nairobi, the Pope's message against colonialism, global inequality, ecological injustice and the rich exploitation of the poor mirrored the concerns of the people.
Is something that we should emphasize. I think it was for him a prophetic inspiration that he said it, because look at the world, how it's going. We are undergoing a lot of challenges and change of climate and many other things that are happening in the world.
The officials of the Catholic Church claim that he inspired African Catholics to create their own distinct culture for pastoral care and social challenges in Africa. On Easter Sunday, Pope Francis surprised many by making a brief appearance at St. Peter's Square, blessing hundreds of people and sounding stronger than he had since being discharged from a hospital in Rome at the end of March. Before his demise, the Catholic faithful says he was very emphatic on Jubilee of Hope, looking at how the world is affected by war and corruption, even as he encouraged embracing unity.
He was very much emphasizing on the Jubilee year of hope, looking at the world, how many things or how things are going, having war everywhere, even in bigger countries and bigger economies, war and even that affect even the small ones.
He thus promoted the expansion and advancement of African priorities, as well as cultural conversion to Catholicism. Additionally, he granted African Catholic institutions and seminaries more freedom to create their own educational priorities and programs, and promoted greater accountability and transparency among African bishops.
That he has urged the church to be more compassionate, not very institutional, a church that is official and it is out there, but a church that goes where the people are. The church that immerses herself with the people's situations, listens to their pain and acts accordingly.
I had an encounter with him in Rome. Normally, because of his status, he will appear in a place maybe for an hour or something like that. But when we went to Rome and we were having a celebration, he was with us for 3 days. He came and opened for us the conference we had. Then we had a vigil mass with him.
Pope Francis died at 88 years, living a life full of legacy. Mike Agwongo, TV 47, Nairobi.